So we've got day 2. Clearly I've got a bucket hat on, which makes me more of a dad on Dad's Day. Crocs, jorts, repping the local business, and the hat. So yesterday I cleaned out the garage and I started to throw things into this rollaway dumpster. However, I wasn't using my head and I didn't cut things up with a saw before I threw it in, so it's a little bit more full than I wanted it to be. So I'm gonna dumpster dive, and then I'm gonna come out and I'm gonna saw all this stuff down, and then we will see what's next. I really want to move that refrigerator, but I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get to that just yet because I'm gonna need some assistance. So let's keep it going. And now we get to the fun part. If you want to watch me move things, here you go. It's 2.5 minutes. Just me and a dumpster. God, you guys are lucky. Look at that man. So handsome. Those Crocs really accentuate his ankles. I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing with that Sawzall. I could hurt myself. I'm not this manly. This is unsafe. Don't do that. Oh, God. You should have supported that on something. Oh, yeah, I'll just stomp on this. Oh, yeah. Give up now while you're ahead. You're a fool. That was a couple of years ago. My wife wanted to Mod Podge some stuff for our kids, and then we moved, and we just didn't have any space. Their bedrooms are actually pretty small, and they got new furniture. I think that was me saying I don't know what I'm doing. Oh yeah, I've clearly given up. Oh, there we are. We switched positions. Welcome to the other side of the dumpster. My wife is in the garage cleaning out a chest of old clothes from the 1990s. And she found some real gems in there. I feel bad because I bought that when we started HOTDROP, that desk, and it really didn't hold up at all. Could you imagine? I had a ham radio crank to start computer with 2 screens and an Xbox on top of the computer. Wow. I'm also realizing we really need to be better about sustainability practices.
I don't know how to work with these.
Oh my God.
These are like my favorites. Oh.
My wife just found these pants from the 1990s, where she wore them, and they were her favorite. Again, from the 1990s. It was a different time. I really do enjoy ragging on her about her youth. She, wore quite the outfits back then. We had never really gone through our stuff when we moved here. We had a lot of different items at the old house, and we moved relatively quickly, not knowing what we would need and not need, and it kind of lived in that garage. There wasn't a whole lot of space in the old house. We over doubled the size of our house when we moved. So it was a lot to go through, and I think we were really preoccupied with a lot of other things, and so that garage really just turned into a storage unit. And now, the HOTDROP Homestead Shakespeare Sonnet. Oh me! What eyes hath love put in my head? which have no correspondence with true sight. Or if they have, where is my judgment fled? Thank you. If you guys came to be entertained, that was it. That's the best I've got for you. You're welcome. I'm in the trash, right where I belong. Are you happy now, Nicole? That was fitting. Good timing on my part. I forgot I even said that. I'm just recording this on a whim. Ananita Dominus. To be very clear, I have no idea what I'm doing with this channel. I just wanted to create content. I'm doing a lot of projects around the house. It's really easy for me to film it while I do it. Maybe by the end I'll entertain some people. Maybe by the end I'll drive away our 4 viewers. Who knows? In the meantime, you get to watch me rummage through a dumpster. What fun. It was like awful Tetris. The worst possible version of Tetris you can think of. That's what going through this dumpster is. Look at me, busting out the Sawzall again. Not a smart move, Cody. Not a smart move. My wife threw away a Yankees jersey. A perfectly good vintage Yankees jersey. I don't even like baseball, but you keep that shit. Good Britain's cabinets. Those were the worst. I was just wailing on this thing with that crowbar. I'm glad I got in here when I did because it rained like the next day. And as of today, the dumpster was picked up 2 days ago, and it stank. They picked it up and water fell out the back. It was all over my driveway. It was awful. Horrible. What's difficult about this whole project here is that obviously I have a lot of shit, but I don't have a place to put things as I'm moving it. So I took everything that was in the garage that was going into the trash, into the dumpster, but then I took everything I was keeping, and now that's living on my front porch. But also during this time, we also have to have like our groceries delivered because my son has an autoimmune deficiency, so it's hard to just kind of like leave things lying out knowing that people are coming to our house often to like drop off weekly medicines or groceries and things like that. And so I'm struggling right now logistically. I'm playing like Tetris in my head about where I can place things and how I can have them because this is too much for me to do in one day. And this whole thing will probably take a few days. So you can see that kind of working in my head, and it hurts my brain. Apparently, that's all I had to say there. Awkward. Feels good to have done this because we really needed to purge a little bit, but it also made me mindful of what we need to do to live a bit more minimally. It is so hot out. It's like 90 degrees right now. I'm sweat. I'm a sweat machine, I guess. This is all I'm gonna do in this dumpster for now. I still have like an old changing table and another countertop thing down in my basement that I'm gonna bring up eventually. However, I think what I'm gonna do now is start to sweep up this garage floor a little bit better. Probably call it a day. I'm gonna, yeah. Of course, what he meant to say was, love you, say it back.